Welcome to my channel. My name is Jo. Today we're doing a pick a card reading all about what is this relationship teaching you. And I have one card symbolizing each pile and the energies of each pile, and also we're using bird feathers today as they're bringing in some extra energy into your reading. And also help you choose. If you like pick a card readings, subscribe to my channel. I do pick a card readings each week, 2 each week. If you become a subscriber, you go into the draw to win a monthly 30-minute reading free with me. The first one is a gull, and these are the energies that are coming up for you if you're being drawn to this beautiful straight long feather from a giant gull found on the beach. This is a crow feather in the center here, so if you're being drawn to the center pile with the crow energy. And this is the tawny frogmouth, which is an Australian bird that's similar to an owl, or like an owl but different. So if you're being drawn to each one of these piles from the energies of the feathers, take a note, and you may be drawn to 2 of them. But they're all quite different readings, so just notice which one you're being drawn to, and then in the description box below you'll see timestamps and you'll be able to jump straight into your reading. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I will see you in your reading. Hi pile 1, if you picked this wonderful gull feather that I collected at the beach one day, then this is your reading today, and it's all about what is this relationship teaching me, the past, present and future energies around this relationship. And I don't know very much about gull energy or medicine, so if that's something that you're more interested after, and I might get some more information as we go along, but if you would like to know more, then Google that and see what you learn there. The top energies are all about the present in your relationship. And so the message here, first message is hummingbird spirit, be here now. And so hummingbird is a wonderful spirit animal energy, but it's in the reverse position. So I feel like we need to figure out what that energy is about. And for you, it feels like you're beating your wings so rapidly that you are trying to make things happen, but you're not being very successful is really the message that I'm being told. So it's like you're, and I feel quite, it's like you're trying to force the person that you're in this relationship with to go deeper. Okay, so I feel like you're really pushing more of a heart-based connection with this person than this person is yet ready to enter into, and it feels quite painful. Okay, so I'm feeling this, the hummingbird beak coming directly into my heart, and I feel like you beating your wings is probably hurting you, but I feel like you're also pushing the person beyond where they're ready to go to. I feel like the hummingbird spirit is coming up for you now to know that you're not to push. Okay, this relationship, wherever you are in this relationship, do not push this relationship further than either of you want to go, because you may think you're ready for this, but I don't feel like you are. My heart is feeling quite painful, and I feel like there's some healing that needs to be done before you can move any deeper for both of you. Okay, so there's both sides here, and this feels like you, and you feel like you're ready to grow this new part of you, but this person that you're pushing feels like they're as open as they're going to be at this point in time. Okay, and we all move through things differently. So this here and these cards here really support that message, which is trust the great mystery. Okay, so whale is making this big splash and this big dive, but this feels very much like it's about you, not the relationship. It's about you trusting that this relationship will be what it's going to be. You can't force it. Same message as back there. This is you trusting that there's going to be water underneath you, that you're going to float, that you won't sink, that everything's going to be okay. There is this wonderful mystery around how things work, and at times we can't know everything because it takes the joy out of the experience, out of the journey. So whatever it is that you're experiencing at the moment, you need to trust. Trust is such a big key factor with this relationship that you're in at the moment. For a lot of the other groups, I've felt where they are in the relationships. For you, I don't feel that. And then the next card here is embrace the in-between, which is why perhaps I'm not getting a real fix on where you are in your relationships. But embrace the in-between. So flamingo spirit, it's really wild and creative, a flamingo. So it's about embracing that you don't know, but it's being creative and open to newness. It's being creative and open to new ideas, and knowing that, that not all relationships have this, this, I'm seeing real mundane kind of, we start and we get together in the beginning, and then it's all excitement, and then we might go a little bit routine, and then, like, not all relationships have the same path, have the same trajectory. And what I'm being told is that you, with this person, you might come together and go apart again. You might come together and go apart. You might come together and go apart. Or that's a pattern that you've been having. But we're not at the past yet. So this is the present. So that this in-betweenness, this no sort of cementing of where you want to be, because you're very much in between where you want to be and being in the relationship. And if you can trust where you are right now without putting all this pressure on the relationship, I feel like there's going to be a real difference and a real shift. So what I want to do is I want to take those cards and I want to move them that way a bit, because they're going into the present, but also some past, and this is going into the future. So we're going to leave those there, and I'm going to shuffle some more cards in a minute. But here, this is Waratah, and it's about survival. And Waratah can be about the dark night of the soul. And I feel for both of you, okay, so we've got this real heart-based energy, real rawness too. That both of you have been through these very much survival, like feel like you're really surviving a relationship. And they haven't been pretty. There's been a lot of emotional turmoil. And really raw. There's a lot of raw energy about both of your hearts, which is why I was feeling that real pain around my heart before. So it's like if you push this relationship further than where you can both go at this time, then, and abuse sort of any power that you might have in this relationship, I don't feel it's going to be the right thing for your relationship. The energies that you're currently in, there's a way forward, but if you go in to this abusive power and sort of like an overbearingness, you're going to wreck any chance this relationship has. And that's pretty heavy words, so not something that I take lightly, and I wouldn't normally say something like that. But I want to bring in another card, and I want to just another, so for pile one, here we go, got it already. So we've got that as a past card. Now it shows that that both of you have been in some very committed relationships in the past, that you've been down quite a road with those relationships, and this is where this heart-based energy is coming from, and perhaps this abusive power. And that there are many steps on the road to a relationship, or can be, and at the moment the past energies for you guys have not been the greatest, and so it's like, don't push, do not push this relationship. This relationship is here to teach you many things. You can have some really beautiful, wonderful relationships. You can have this really creative, different relationship. It may not sit within the bounds of what you normally thought a relationship was going to be, which is this more traditional idea, and so that itself could be really confronting for you. So I feel like it's challenging your ideas about commitment, about what a commitment is, what a committed commitment. Oh goodness, listen to all that word. What a committed relationship looks like. Okay, so it's really challenging that. So now I want to bring in some new cards around where is this relationship going, and I want to surround this one here. So I want to really bring in Spirit to give us some information about where is this relationship going in the current, with current energies. So we'll go there first. So if the current energy is not worked through, so if you keep moving in the same way, in this manner, okay, keep pushing. Let's see where that will go. Oops, there we go. And we have Earth Fairy. And Earth Fairy, while there's an element of physical health, grounding, foundations, there also feels like there's a lack and a closed off energy around that for me. There's a distance in the way that she's looking. She's looking off in one direction and she's on her own. And everything kind of feels like it's old and it's in tatters. She knows what she wants or what she thinks she wants, but I feel like that is actually falling away from her, and that it's the foundations around what you think you need or what you think you want aren't necessarily the things that will bring you joy. So now I want to bring in some different energies around if you go with the way that Spirit's sort of asking you, if you go with this trust, if you go with the idea that this relationship is challenging, that this relationship is going to be way more creative. So let's go with that. If you work with those, if you work in it's really hard to put this into words. If you go with the flow, let's say that, if you go with the flow with this relationship, what are the possibilities? Where will it go in the future? Where is this relationship heading? Nice, I like that. Oh, and B Spirit, I'm just not sure if you can see that, so I'm just going to move some cards around. Got Dear Spirit. I love it. I love it. Wow. Those energies coming in for you are completely different. Okay, so we've got lots of beautiful ambery colours here. Lots of, sacral. So, beautiful, creative. Again, the creative idea is coming in for you. So creative energy, but also that's that sort of that sexual chakra. So, our sacral, it's about the womb of creation, all that sort of stuff. And Dear Spirit, bringing in a gentle touch, and that feels, that's that real innocence, because you're coming in trusting this great mystery. And peace, that's a beautiful energy that was already there. So it's like you're bringing in your own peace. This is not for the relationship, this is yours. And then B Spirit, sweet results await. So this relationship that you're in, while it feels like it's really confronting your ideas of what a relationship is, and you're pushing at the moment, you're pushing because you want more, Spirit is telling you that you are to embrace this in-between time and see the wonder that this is. See the beauty of it. Trust that it's all going to work out in the right manner, and it will. These light, bright energies here, this is you actually also changing, because your solar plexus, it's about what you expect from a relationship, what you expect from people, how they treat you. And then it enables you to bring in this wonderful, this is so gorgeous, this energy here, this gentle touch. If you change the way you're being with your partner, everything changes for you too. You bring in this wonderful peace, and it's kind of like no matter what things happen in life, you still, everything sort of passes you by. That's a really lovely energy, this peace. It's a real, you're very grounded no matter how tall you grow, no matter how much you evolve. Nothing can shake this foundation. And the foundation is you, and the relationship follows. Sweet results await. I love it. I love this relationship reading for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Please like and share with family and friends if you did. If you enjoy Pick a Card readings, please subscribe to my channel for more each week, but also to go into the draw to win a half-hour reading with me each month. I love this reading for you. I hope you have too. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile 2. If you picked this beautiful crow feather, then this reading is for you. And crow is all about a messenger from the other side, not necessarily a spirit, but the spirit of crow talks to us about magic, the void, secrets. You know, there's a whole mystical, magical world available with crow. And if you feel like you need more information, then Google, crow spirit or crow message, something like that, and you'll find out if you want to go deeper, because I could go on for a long time. Beautiful messenger, very, very strong in magic and that idea of blackness, which is the void, being open to whatever comes. This is, what is your relationship teaching you? And so the cards at the top are the present. At the present, you are being given a message by Groundhog Spirit that it's time to let go. And you can see, if you have a look at this little groundhog, that they are holding onto their heart so tightly. And if you look at their elbows, they're really close into the body, and your heart meridian runs down your inside of your arm all the way up to your underneath your armpit. And if you're hanging on that tight, you actually can't allow love in. You can't let go of anything. So it's like, it's time to let go. You're holding on too tight to whatever this is, whether it's the relationship, whether it's your expectations of the relationship, whether it's your wanting to hold on to love so tight. It's really about how you're, there's that a saying which is that if you let something go and it's yours, it'll come back to you. And I feel that that's really the message that the Groundhog Spirit wants you to know. That if you allow the giving and taking, or the receptivity of love into your life, rather than hanging on for dear life, you're going to allow yourself a better relationship, a better understanding, and a better platform or foundation for this relationship. And this is very much, you need to take this lead. This is you. And this is you standing in your higher power with a very ethereal energy around you, very light, and with that beautiful pink from the divine universal love. And it's like, when you're in your power, you know who you are. You don't need to hang on to the tidbits that you, tidbits I think is the word, not tidbits, the tidbits of scraps of love that you may be hanging on to. Every little last bit, you're gathering it all up and storing it, because you don't know, you don't trust that there's more coming for you. And Seahorse Spirit, and we can look at these colours here, they're reversed of each other. And so when you take the lead, everything's going to start changing. And what will that mean for you is that the energies will flow better for you. The relationship will find its own feet, will find its own ground. So and there's more space here, and it's more freedom. There's a lot of freedom around the seahorse. And seahorses like to play, and they move around lightly. So the Seahorse Spirit brings this lighter energy to your relationship, brings it into this more open feeling, where more possibilities can come in. But at the moment, this hanging on is not helping this relationship at present. So they're the present energies. And we're going to have a look at the past here. And the past energies are about hidden realms, create consciousness awareness. And it feels like this energy of your relationship, the past of your relationship, has been going on for lifetimes. I feel there's all these undercurrents from lots of different past lives. There is also some Lyrian energy coming in here for those of you who are interested in starseed type energies. There is a type of a type of language that the two of you speak together. So, and it's like coming together, the two of you create the one. That doesn't mean that there are not karmic influences that you need to work through. So, but there are forces at play here that you may not understand when, you know, the totality of it, but you may have, when you met this person, you may have felt like there was this real connection, this real coming together of forces that are one, that are divinely connected. And it feels very strong, but there is also this element of this undercurrent of you've got to deal with the past. You've got to work through any problems that you may have inherited from the past unions or from other relationships. And I feel that's on both of your behalves, not just one of you. And then we have birth of creation, potential for growth. And this is showing you what you knew when you met. This is showing you this wonderful, deep, very deep healing that you are doing by being together in this lifetime. So for some of the other readings, they may not be this far back, that their connection, you know, that they may not have been together in many lifetimes. But you are definitely told that you are together in many lifetimes. It doesn't mean that the relationship will be an everlasting one, are the words that I'm being told. But it means that there's a real meaning, there's a real connection, there's something for the two of you to do in this lifetime together. For me, very much so, I'm feeling the female genitalia, and so I feel like there's definitely the birth. This very much feels like a birth of actual, you know, new life. And whether it is in this lifetime, whether you're bringing in a project, a business, children, artwork, some sort of creation, you are birthing a creation together. And it's not only your relationship, but this is another element that you bring into the world. So the two of you are connected in more ways than one. And that would definitely make it really understand why you picked this, the crow, because of the many lifetimes together, but also because you're bringing something out of the void, out of the world of magic, out of the world of creation. So, you know, whether you may not have all done this yet. This here feels like it may be still in its embryonic stage, but I feel like both of you know that this is coming. This may be in its plan form, and while we're still seeing the egg, there is definitely something you're bringing into the world with this relationship. And that's the past energy, and that's the energy that this is built on. And at the moment, we've still got quite a bit of energy that needs to be released in the present, and work through some of the karmic elements or the old wound type elements in this relationship. And now we've got some cards about the future. And in the future, this one says third eye vision, and it's reclaiming your mind, which I really love. And then meditation, which is about improvements require persistence. And I feel both of these cards need to be read together. And what they are about is giving yourself space, you know, not hanging on to each other. And this allows you both as separate human beings and as higher self type, you know, divine beings. It gives you the space and the time to reclaim your own stuff, you know, really find out where you sit in the world, really find out what your plan is in the world, your divine plan, your divine blueprint, the matrix of who you are as a separate individual. And then the improvements for your relationship, they require persistence, and that means over time the working through this karmic stuff is going to take both of you working on it together, separately, over time. It doesn't mean that it's going to take a long time, but it just means it won't all happen, you know, like in 5 minutes. It's a journey. It's not the outcome, it's the journey, and the journey that you both came to do. So it's like you're both very deeply spiritual beings. You are on this profound journey together for awakening, I feel. So you've picked the, the really spiritual card out of a pile. So I am talking to you about deeper spiritual energies. And for some of you, you may not relate totally, and that's okay. At some point, you may come back to this. So I want to bring in a couple more cards for you. And we have Matter. It's about the divine feminine. It's about this sort of harmonious situation developing between, the moth that comes to get the nectar from the plant, the divine feminine watching over that, the circle of life process. And then we have, I think it's like a forget-me-not in the trees. And it's kind of like, don't forget that this process it's aligned with your higher self, like it's a natural process. And the more that you tap into that natural process and that natural rhythm, the natural cycles, nature's cycles, the more that you tap into nature's cycles and tap into your divine energies, the more successful this relationship will be. And then we've got Fir Club Moss, and this is in the reverse position. And this, again, there's this strength element coming in both of these cards. This mosses are one of the only plants that thrives in deep, dark, dank environments where a lot of things cannot survive because there is not a lot of sunlight. This is in the reverse position, and it's showing you almost clinging to things. And again, this message here is leading back to the groundhog. It's like this relationship is strong enough to withstand so many things. There is definitely a strength energy with this relationship and with each individual in the relationship. But don't let that go into the opposite, which is what I feel like that's happening at the moment for this relationship, or one partner or both partners, maybe differently, same but different. If you hang on to the things that you believe are the best things in the relationship, or the most significant displays of affection, so very, very particular types of things there. So if you look at all the outside displays of affection as if that's the most important thing, then you're really missing the heart of the matter. And the heart of the matter is knowing that you're in this wonderful cycle where, when you start a relationship, it's all very much about how the excitement and the newness and all that sort of stuff. And then, as like with the lifespan and the life cycle of a moth or a butterfly, there's a transformation process that happens during a relationship. It doesn't suggest here that you're in a transformation process. It's like you need to learn to live with the cycle of a relationship rather than be impressed by those, all that heady, wonderful excitement that happens in the beginning. And then we've got some more cards that I'm bringing in, and it's Panther Spirit and Vulture. And Vulture speaks very much about that. It's like realizing that all energy and all waste, anything is there to be used. Vultures pick the bones of things. And I'm not saying that you need to pick the bones of your relationship, but what I mean is that it's realizing that every part of this relationship is a gift, and you don't need to be on on high alert and to look out for the dangers. Panther is really on alert here. It's like the dark night of the soul, and there's a lot of darkness here, but you did pick Crow, and Crow is from that darkness comes all this amazing creation. So it's like you picked this deep soul relationship to come in this lifetime. You need to have the wherewithal. These aren't even words that I would use. You need to have the wherewithal to stick through it and stick with it, because every moment is not going to be this bright, happy sunshine. There's going to be these deep moments, but they are going to be where your soul grows. And those deep, deep soul growth is what you came for. Sometimes it feels really crappy, I get it, but it's about using all of your experiences together, alone, every aspect. And I feel a bit lopsided and a little bit out of balance when I say that. So I just need to ground myself and try and help you understand that the future of your relationship and your future growth depends on you seeing the bigger picture of this relationship. And the last card that I've drawn for you is in the reverse. I'm going to place it there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it all, but there's too many cards. And it's like, if you go in for this light, bright, shiny excitement sort of stuff that you can post on social media, you're going to be missing the wondrous joy that this experience and this relationship will bring you. And it's like, when you write this way of thinking about your relationship, you fly over all those earthly obstacles, and you go into the light, you go into that higher vibration, you go over the maze. So it's like you know, if you think about it, and they're flying, this wonderful unicorn is flying over the maze, and the maze is the 3D world. And if the two of you work in the way that you had decided to work before you came here, you'll be flying over everything. But at the moment, it's still in that reverse position, because there's a lot here for you to learn about why you came together, and see those things not as obstacles to overcome, but together see them openly, see them honestly, and investigate them with a curious nature, rather than running from them, thinking that they're all your own wounds, because they are not. They are here to help you break those wounds open and move through them together. And this beautiful crow feather is the symbol of creation from the void. And even though there are some dark experiences, and when I say dark experiences, what I mean is, you know, you go to some emotional depths in this relationship to heal the karmic wounds from the past for both of you. It's persistence that is required, and this tenacious spirit, but not through fear. It's through understanding that every part of this relationship is going to bring you something new, and there's this cycle that is coming in for you. It's not about hanging on to these wonderful, the new parts of a relationship. It's about letting it evolve, because it's got even more things in the future for you. Thanks for watching today. If you've enjoyed this reading, please give the reading a thumbs up. If you like pick a card readings, subscribe to my channel, and you also go into the draw to win a free reading each month. I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. If you picked the beautiful tawny frogmouth feather and pile, this one is for you, this reading. Tawny frogmouth is a beautiful Australian, it's like an owl, but it's not an owl. Lots of wisdom, mother energy happening with the tawny frogmouth. So if you want to look it up on Google to find out more information about it, I'm going to place it there for a moment, so it's quite strong within the reading. And you can see that I've got a lot of space over there, but that's for more cards that are going to come in. So this is all about the past, present and future of your relationship. It's all about, what are you learning from this relationship? What is the relationship here to teach you? And we're going to start with the bluebell, royal bluebell, and it's about generosity. And bluebell is all about heart energy and opening up. So this is the present for you, and these are the energies that we're working with. And it's all about opening up your heart, releasing all the barriers that you may have had in the past. And sometimes we're not aware of where the barriers come from. You know, we can think, oh yeah, I had a crap relationship here. I didn't have the greatest childhood or upbringing. You know, and sort of we can make a list of all of the things that may have closed our heart down. But sometimes those experiences are from other experiences, you know, like they're sort of compounding. It's like we need to keep having the experience until we understand it and can learn from it. And bluebell is about actually opening up the heart and letting all of that go. It's about sort of really releasing the past, about your foundation for relationships is what I'm being told. You know, the things that underpin, the ones that didn't work out, and then the ones that did. You know, how have you formed your relationship views? Where have they come from? Because at the moment they're impacting the relationship that you're in. And then we have tea tree, which has the beautiful pink universal love energies, and also there's a lot of healing happening here, and this is attainment. So I feel like you're moving into a relationship and it feels like you are just starting out on this relationship, or you're young and this is one of your first relationships. There's a couple of things it could be, or you're into a new relationship and you're moving into the relationship from a place of being this relationship is very different from ones from the past. So the tea tree here is all about healing your old beliefs around relationships. So very similar card, but also knowing that you are in a completely different relationship. So whatever the past had about relationships for you, whether you are young and you haven't experienced many things, many relationships, or whether you've had some really crap experiences in the past, this relationship that you're in is quite different. It is quite a new experience for you. And I'm still hanging on. So really, I can feel my body really hanging on to the past. It's like you want to let go, but you're not letting yourself let go. So be aware of that, because when we want healing in our lives, that's, we really do want something new. But if we're hanging on to something, the new stuff can't come in. So now this is a past energy for you, and we're going to bring in a little bit more of your past. But this one is about the novice. Innocence, beginner, ignorance, new skill without practice, unstable curiosity. And so it's like I said before, there's like a newness about either this new relationship, that you're a younger person coming into relationships, or you're someone who has had lots of relationships in the past that haven't been very successful, because this one is different. So at the moment, you don't feel like you understand. It feels like you're being... The forces of nature are kind of whipping you around because you don't feel like you're on solid ground. And the more that I talk about that, I can feel my body releasing, which is good. Because the more that you understand that it's okay how you feel, you'll let go of some of your predisposition around relationships. And Otter Spirit wants to come up here in the present and let you know that you are never alone. Even when you haven't been in a relationship, you have had support, and it's like your spirit has always known that there will be a relationship for you. And you can see that this beautiful otter pair are in the heart, and they're loving and supporting each other. And I do feel like you haven't known an experience like this before. So this is a real new experience for you. So I'm going to bring in a couple more cards. I'm going to do shuffle, and firstly I want to bring in the past energies. So I want to bring in for you some more energies around understanding what the past in relationships have been. And that's a few too many, so we're going to just ask for a couple of cards, not a whole deck to come in. So we want to bring in a couple of cards for pile 3 around the past. What is this relationship in the past, or what have relationships in the past looked like? So we've got one card coming in, Panther Spirit, and it's 44. And I just want to bring in one more card around that energy. So that's reclaiming your power. But I've got to bring in one more card, so I just want to do that before I start interpreting the messages. The High Priestess. Love it, love it, love it. So, Panther Spirit is about reclaiming your power, because in the past you've been quite hurt in relationships. You have not claimed your power, and the High Priestess is basically telling you that this is you in your, whether you're male or female, it doesn't really matter. This is you in your divine feminine. So the moon is behind her. She's very, very linked to the moon. We have Crow coming in, and these are all magic, wisdom, prophecy, vision. These are things. These are things about you, or a part of you, that you have not listened to in the past, and you haven't been in your power. And these are wonderful cards for you, because it's like this time, well, let's not get to the future energy yet. Let's wait for a few more cards. But it's like you have this to tap into. This is who you are. Okay, and you can see I've been really guided to where this has got to go. This is behind you. This is your foundation. You are this amazing, amazing being. And at the moment, you feel like you're here. So let's bring in a couple more cards. And these ones are for your future. Okay, so we want some future energy. What is this relationship? Because you are this amazing person that just needs to tap into that stuff. Okay, you are not this person. You just believe you are. This is you. You've had some bad experiences. You've had some crappy relationships, or some foundations for relationship. Whether this is your first real relationship, it's like what it's been built on is the stuff that you're feeling scared about. And here we've got 2 cards coming in here. Oh, fantastic. So we've got One Ring Circus, and we've got Golden Palace, and look at this, we've got new moon energy coming in there. So we've got a lot of lunar energy coming in, and the night. And as I said before, I feel like whatever Tawny Frogmouth is, because I can't remember, I'm feeling the mother kind of energy coming in here. And these cards here, again, there's this female, and so both males and females have female energy, and it's you, and it's like you're on an island with only yourself. Now, part of me feels like I'm losing a little bit of my power when I do that, but that I feel is because you don't know your own strength. You don't know how fabulous you are. You don't know your own power. And, in the world of relationships, people treat us how we believe ourselves. People treat us in the world, not only in relationships, in the manner that we expect. And if you don't see yourself as this wonderful, powerful being, this high priestess that has discernment, that has prescience, I don't even know how to say that word, has prophecy and vision, and really connects to that very feminine energy of the moon and the cycles of the moon. This is you running your own show. This is you knowing everything about yourself, whether you are female or whether you're male. And the elephant never forgets. Even if you're stranded, this person here doesn't look like they're scared. They're like, okay, bring it on. I'm having fun anyway. I'm riding on the back of an elephant. I'm magic. I can do anything I want. It's reclaiming your power. You are the only person that you've ever needed. You've never been alone. You don't need another person to fulfill this relationship. You have a lovely person to be in this relationship with, but they are not the person that's going to build you up. They are not the person who's going to love you. You need to love yourself. And this is about you. This is about you realizing your own power. This is realizing that you are to be loved because of who you are and not for anything you do in the world. And when you do, this golden palace is basically opening the door to everything that you've ever imagined. Anything that you've ever dreamed of, the idea of living in a palace, of having all this wonder and gold around you. It's all about bringing that golden energy. And gold is about fulfillment and about real deep healing too, very golden energies. And the golden palace represents you. So in this reading, even though it's a relationship reading, this is really about you in the relationship. Once you're feeling better in the relationship, once you're feeling better within yourself and reclaiming your own wealth, I'm going to place that over there. It's about you understanding what you bring, and everything on that left-hand side is you. You are the wealth within yourself. You are the most powerful being that you could possibly imagine. And I'm going to bring in another card from this pile, and these are the bottom deck energies for you over here. And it's stag, and that's the male. That's this wonderful male energy. And a stag is so powerful and strong. And now you've got the high priestess and the stag next to each other, about pride and leadership. Like you have, at the moment, you may be second guessing yourself in this relationship. You may be not believing that this is here for you. But this is more about loving you. This is more about realizing what you bring to this relationship, reclaiming your power. And it's not about reclaiming your power over another person, because the relationship that's right for you will come into this beautiful golden space when you see who you are. This is a really different reading in a relationship. Pick a card reading. And when we're looking at what is it about, what is this relationship teaching me or teaching you, there's so much that you're learning at the moment. It's a really fabulous place. You may not feel it. You may feel a little bit different from that. But hopefully this reading, Spirit's been able to give you this background that you really are not completely aware of. And perhaps when you hear these messages today, you'll have that inkling that I did always know that, but you weren't as confident as what Spirit is saying you are. You have a wealth of power, of leadership abilities, of discernment, of the divine masculine and divine feminine. The most amazing things that you are capable of doing, and as yet I do not believe that you understand it. You're never going to be alone. You're always going to be in the right relationship. This is really about the relationship with yourself. It's a different message for you today. I'd like to hear what you thought of it. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching today. I've enjoyed this reading. It was really a different one. Subscribe to my channel for more readings like this, and also your chance to go into the draw for a monthly free reading. I will see you in the next reading.